Hey, would anybody like to hear a story?
Yeah.
I built an art installation. It's over by Butterfield Field.
It's beautiful.
Called The Story Machine. And this is a story that this community has created. So I'm going to read it. The way it works is everybody got one prompt. So the story is going to take some direction, directional changes, right? So all they saw was the last edition, and they took it from there. So here it goes. Everybody showed up for his birthday party. He was surprised. Even Sarah and Jacob came, enduring each other's presence for his sake. It was touching. When the cake came, he closed his eyes to make the obligatory wish. In one breath, the candles are snuffed. That's when it all began. It wasn't just the birthday candles that went out. The overhead lights did too. Music, internet, refrigerator. He stared around. There was no weather event to explain a power outage, yet surely he had not blown it all out with the candles. It was then he heard it, faintly at first, distant carnival music, followed by the sound of rubber shoes squeaking softly across the floor of the next room. Uh-oh. Everyone knew the legend of Pietro, the comedic murder clown, and his terrifying pop-up comedy routine, and now it would be much too late to escape his notice. The squeaking of clown shoes stopped on the other side of the nearby door. Knock, knock. Instantly, a cold shiver runs down my spine as a bead of sweat forms on my temple. I guided as I regretfully utter, "Who's there?" "Here comes the punchline, motherfucker," shouted Pietro, the comedic murder clown. Right then, a red glove the size of a Hulk fist crashed through the door at the chest height. Splinters flung everywhere. Woody shrapnel just as dangerous as the cackling clown. Bruce Willis is a shot in the sixth sense. Breaking news alert! This just in. Former actor Bruce Willis, known for his role as the tough guy in Die Hard and his dead self in The Sixth Sense, has been shot again. Despite already being dead, Mr. Willis has died again. The afterlife is rocked at the concept of redying. Chaos is brewing. Riots are feared. Now back to your regularly scheduled soap opera. Brad, I just can't be with you anymore. Not since I learned you had committed snake crimes. Snake crimes? Snake crimes. Crimes about snakes. For snakes, by snakes. Honey, our carbon monoxide alarm is going off. The batteries in the carbon monoxide alarm have been dead for 15 years. That's what is that ethereal, haunting sound coming from the basement. And so Brad and Janet opened the basement door and began to descend. There was an awful stench. Sweat began to drip on Brad and Janet's necks. When they reached the bottom of the stairs, Brad stepped in something squishy, and a loud squelch sound happened. Brad said, "Janet, can you look at the bottom of my shoe to see what I stepped in?" Brad had stepped in a green, glowing goop. The mysterious goop began to grow, traveling up his body until only his face was visible. "What's happening? I can feel it transforming me. Janet, what have I become? Am I a monster or a superhero? What has this goop done?" Janet looked Brad up and down, examining his goop-covered flesh from all angles. "I've seen this condition before, Brad," she replied, "but I need to check if it has penetrated deeper than your skin. Bend over." Janet then inserted her index finger deep into Brad's rectum. "Oh, geez," said Brad. "At least take me to dinner first." "I think I feel something." "What is this?" Janet asked. Then she proceeded to pull out the most unexpected substance. "It's so deliciously smelling. Holy fuck! You weren't lying. Your poop hole is juicy with dragon fruit flavored ice cream. Janet said, so what's the problem? Brad cast his eyes down as a feeling of shame and inadequacy fell heavily through his body. I can't please my partner because their preferred ass flavor is chocolate. Ever when we supplant with syrup, I can tell they are disappointed. My best feature isn't enough, and I need to know I can please them or I'll never be sure of myself. Janet thought for a moment and then slowly said, there's someone you should meet. Who? Just then, the door opens and the most muscular small figure Brad had ever seen. He always wanted a boxer puppy, but holy shit, this one was like 70 pounds of muscle and 10,000 megatons of energy at only 4 days old. Janet said, your ass will never be enough, Brad, but this pup star is gonna change everything. Excuse me. With a new puppy chasing behind, catching the leash in its curious mouth, Brad, for the first time, felt uncertainty tinged in excitement and gratitude. This new puppy would, in fact, change everything. He felt it. Curious energy, powerful drive, and so much love already for this human he just met. Maybe running will be my new outlet. This dog needs to move. Maybe my ass will get swole just trying to keep up. Later that week, Janet met with Brad at the park. What's that you've got there, Janet? Asked Brad. A gallon of PCP, answered Janet. Oh my, Janet. On America's 250th, we will be having a jolly time with that lovely PCP. We will become the fireworks. It's what our founding fathers fought and died for, Brad, Janet said with deepest conviction. It was only then that they heard the whistling of the incoming atomic bombs. Initially, they panicked, but then quickly accepted their fate. Is this the end, or just the start of a new beginning? Only time would tell. Or would it? They knelt in a corner together, each still wearing their robe. The light through the crack in the stone is the only thing each could focus on. She said, the sun is up. We will ride with a short ways, and then we will buy land outside the village to make our homestead. What will we raise? What will we make together? The thing we make shall bring to life the names of those in need and who must not be forgotten. We shall breathe life into together. She breathed life into him, desperately admitting CPR. He remained still, and she panicked and tried again. As she breathed into his mouth, she felt something prodding her side. It was his phallus. She jumped in surprise, but he was otherwise very still, and still without breath, so resumed administering CPR. She noticed that every breath she gave him, his phallus grew larger. As she continued, trying to remember how many compressions, how many breaths, the member was rendering more and more luminescent, blue veins bulging, quivering. She then decided to walk away. She had more important things to do, actually, like check her email. She had seen a notification that looked like the response to her job application. When she opened it, she found something very different. Uh-oh.
She found.
Oh.
And that's the story we created. I have stickers. Who wants a sticker?